The level of clear hypocrisy that people are willing to accept these days, bruh, it's annoying. The fact that we have Hillary Clinton, I think that's the sentence, Hillary Clinton.
And they say, oh, you know, Joe Biden's old. I always say, look, you're right. Joe Biden is old. He's also effective. He's compassionate. He cares about people. He wants to maintain our democracy. He will abide by the results of a fair and free election. And Donald Trump is old, and he has 91 felony criminal indictments against him.
And you got disappeared emails.
It's not just rhetoric. You got to step up and prove evidence. That's one of the reasons you win so many cases, Mark, because the other side is in there just, you know, carrying on, you know, making claims they can't prove. And you actually step up and you got facts and you got evidence. How novel. And you win because you have a better case. This man has been indicted 91. And do we really expect him to govern in a stable, appropriate, rules-based, respectful way? Of course not. And if you're somebody who thinks, well, yeah, but he's entertaining and politics is boring and, you know, I don't know what they do anyway, you cannot think like that in this election. No matter what issue you care about, I don't care what it is, you will find that the next president will have some influence on that. And you want somebody at the very least, who will try to find what the facts are and make decisions that are evidence-based. And finally, I think we haven't talked much about the international arena, but, you know, his bromance with Putin, and it was actually called that, I think, by the former Prime Minister of Australia, who said he saw Trump with Putin, and Trump was like, you know, just gaga over Putin, because Putin does what he would like to do: kill his opposition, imprison his opposition, drive, you know, journalists and others into exile, rule without any check or balance.
How is she not describing herself?
That's what Trump really wants. And so we have to be very conscious of how he sees the world, because in that world, he only sees strong men lead. He sees Putin. He sees Xi. He sees Kim Jong-un in North Korea. Those are the people he is modeling himself. And we've been down this road in our, you know, world history. We sure don't want to go down that again. And especially when, my view, having negotiated with Putin and knowing that one of the reasons he went after me is because he knew I would, you know, deal with him in an appropriate way, and Trump would basically do whatever he wanted. It's really important to think about what could happen to our world with Trump back in the White House, withdrawing us from NATO, not caring about what happens in Europe, our biggest trading partner, the place where we share values with, the idea that he wants Ukraine to fail, the idea that he doesn't want us to be able to surveil our enemies. I mean, this is a very...
We ain't gonna waste no time. We're going straight to the comments. First one, how many people would have... Ooh, I don't even want to read that one. Y'all gonna have to read that one for yourself. But I'll just say right up under that, he says he now needs a bodyguard. Someone else wrote Epstein would disagree. Ooh, then common sense custodian, wall _ Saint _ Custo. This is insane rhetoric. This is what causes a man to engulf himself in flames. Shame on Hillary Clinton for saying something like this. This is blatantly false, and they have demonized, they are demonizing Trump to radicalize the country. Isn't this the woman? Oh, next comment. Isn't this the woman with 52 unalive friends turned enemy? I think this is a record. And oh yeah, you know, I did. These comments going crazy. Let me get up out of. I would agree. This is very radicalized rhetoric right here. If I was Trump, I would definitely be furious, because I mean, as somebody who's on the outside looking in right now, come on, bro. What? That's some sick and twisted, bruh. You really gonna mislead the country like that and say that this man is like that? When has Trump ever done anything that you're claiming? And the fact that you're saying that he's basically Putin's dog, what? She's pretty much telling us what they do. Literally. I mean, don't you find it amazing how she knows the thoughts and the ideas and the ideals of somebody else? She don't know what this man thinking, but she's telling you exactly what he's thinking, right? Come on. And he's telling you what he's thinking, and it's not that. Can y'all show me just one journalist that's gonna ask them, hey, you know, can you prove that? What cite the source on that? Yeah, I mean, give me something, you know, I just can't go off your words. This is an obvious, desperate attempt to do what they've been doing forever. Try to get your mind brainwashed up and, you know what I'm saying, get you some cloak of propaganda around your body. Because this is nothing but a playbook move. They're doing nothing but gaslighting the people, saying what they want to hear, just giving them talking points without actually providing any evidence whatsoever to back up their claims. And nobody there to challenge them on that. They doing it right in our faces. I don't know. I mean, inflation is high right now. I don't know who y'all think is buying this shit. Somebody pointed this out in the comments. All while they aim to strip him of his Secret Service protection if any of these sham trials result in a sentence longer than a year. We all know what they're planning if they get their way. And unfortunately, I'd have to agree.
So let's look into a couple things, will we? Why is it we see all these investigations into people, but yet we never see an investigation into Bill and Hillary Clinton? I mean, Bill has multiple credible SA accusations against him with actual evidence, but yet we see no investigation. When we look at the flight logs and the number of people that have been on Epstein Island, I think Bill's name shows up as one of the highest, but yet no investigation. How about the Bill and Hillary Foundation, which according to their books lost millions upon millions of dollars, which have never been accounted for. And for some reason, they don't have to account for it, but I have to account for every penny that's in my bank account. What about the millions upon millions of dollars that went missing that was supposed to go to Haiti? Nobody's ever accounted for where that money is. Where is that money, and why has there been no investigation? And why did the donations to Bill and Hillary Clinton's foundation plummet? And I mean plummet. When she lost the election. Again, this is all public record with her foundation. Not a single investigation. No investigations into Uranium One or the events that really happened in Benghazi or the fact that she knowingly lied on the congressional floor but yet was never charged. How about the origins of Russia collusion, in which they found that that dossier was fake? They knew it was fake, but yet our own DOJ used it to get an illegal warrant by claiming it was a verified document, knowing it wasn't, to spy on a candidate, then a sitting president, then used that as a precipice to try to remove a duly elected president. So Hillary Clinton denied the results of the 2016 election and is already denying the results of the 2024 election by claiming the Republicans are working to steal it. Now, the Federal Election Commission fined the DNC and Hillary Clinton $1 million, but yet no charges. It's funny, all of those emails. Where are those emails? See, we were told the DNC was hacked, but yet there was never an investigation. The FBI never did an investigation because the DNC wouldn't allow them, but they wanted to claim Russia did it. Just in case those emails came out, they can say, see, Russia collusion. Donald Trump had this done, but yet no investigation was ever done to this day to prove that the Russians did it. Why is it that the FBI confirmed that Hillary Clinton had documents she should have never had, classified, shared classified documents she should have never had, and had them stored on an outside server she should have never had? Then when she was told not to touch the evidence, she deleted 30,000 emails, bleach bit the computer, then destroyed every single one of her devices. But yet not an investigation. And what investigation was done by the FBI proved that she violated the law, but not a single charge, not a single indictment. It's amazing, all of these things that we know about Bill and Hillary Clinton, and I barely scratched the surface, but yet not a single fucking investigation, charge, or indictment. Because, you know, nobody's above the law.
Huge shout out to the band Beard for laying that out the way that he did, because, I mean, the hypocrisy is evident. Honestly, I couldn't have rolled all that off top of my head, but it's clear to see the double standard, obvious double standard. Why is it that for them, all of these things can be, you know, public record, could be right in your face and everybody can read and see and comprehend? No charges are brought against them at all. Nothing happens, but if Trump do it, it's different, right? It's because you just don't like Trump. And it also makes me beg the question, what are you so afraid of?
Very strong
partisans in both parties in the past, and we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Mm-hmm. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
Let's play this new sound from Hillary Clinton, and I want to get Tulsi's reaction. Take a listen.
He thinks that if he bullies you enough, and it's worked with the Republican Party, it certainly has worked with the House Republicans, as we see every day now. If he bullies you enough, you will give in.
I mean, you were on the debate stage with her, and I feel like you were pretty much bullied out of the Democrat Party, and yet they're claiming that President Trump is the bully.
The hypocrisy is deafening. An MSNBC reporter asked me on live television just before one of those debates, saying, "Aren't you afraid of Hillary Clinton and what she'll do to you?" That right there said it all. I went back to Capitol Hill. We had votes. I was serving in Congress, and many of my Democrat colleagues told me very directly, "Tulsi, you have just committed political suicide. There is a list of names that Hillary Clinton keeps, and you will never be able to work your way off that list."
Am I right to think there is a danger in a political party, in the Republican Party, trying to make it harder to vote and easier to cheat, so that they can win power with ever smaller shares of the electorate? Isn't that mandate idea kind of important to governing?
Well, you would think so, but they're more interested in populism than in the popular majority. And their idea of winning is at any cost to do whatever is necessary and to shrink the electorate so that they win in the Electoral College. Because honestly, I don't think they could win a popular vote in any election up and coming. But they have a different view about what they're doing. They are running to win, not to validate and respect the process that we have built up over, nearly 250 years to try to figure out how to do this right. They are winning to implement an agenda. And that was always pretty clear, but now they actually have one. It's, Project 2025. Mm-hmm. They have right-wing think tanks and others working on putting together what Trump will do. So nobody should be surprised. It's all written down what he's going to do from day one forward, and he telegraphs and talks about it all the time.
All I can say is it's somewhat of a comedy show. We're sitting here watching somebody be interviewed who, in comparison to Trump in terms of crime, we're going to leave it at that. But she's sitting here trying to point the finger and blame the Republicans for things that have been done on her side of the fence.